Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a tutorial on how to power up your Lego Holiday Express train. You may have noticed on the back of the box where it talks about ready for powered up, or maybe you got to the end of the booklet like where I just got to here and it's like, well, there's more stuff to do. You do need a few extra parts. You need this, which is a battery pack. Inside this battery pack is a little housing unit that holds 6 AAA batteries, and then it fits back into that and into that, and there are screws to put down into that, but I already have that open for convenience really quick. It goes like that, but it is a small screwdriver, so heads up for that. But then once you have the right size, you can just get those going. And then you need this, which is the actual motor itself. And the part numbers on this one is 88011, and this is 88009. It also says here that you need a controller, but these actually came from my holiday trolley that was a few years ago that was powered up as well. And so you can just use the app the same as on that trolley. At least that's going to be my plan. And if I need that controller eventually, I guess I'll get that. But for now, let's start the deconstruction here. So let's move these out of the way. Just working with the train here. We are going to pop the bottom off here. And you need this little part too. So that just comes right off. Set your train somewhere where it won't break. And then set this to the side. I believe we're not going to use this again, but we'll put it here just in case. And then you need to separate, which you can use your brick separator. That's what it's for. To pop this off, we need this piece. We're gonna need this block here to come off. We're gonna need this block here to come off. And I believe, yeah, we're gonna have to pop these side pieces off because we need the actual, tracks as well. Did that just fly off? So those shouldn't have flied off. We'll put them back on real fast to keep them where they need to go. And then this part we are going to just put to the side for now. As I flip the page and we bring in the rest of the train, it wants out of the top of the caboose here. We put these extra parts here. They did that on the trolley too. It's a clever way to hide the parts. So you'll need those. And then for now, that's it. So we bring the motor out. The motor's here. We're putting this little thing back onto it, which is what's going to help it connect to the other carts and everything. And then, did I miss that piece? Yeah, I should have another little, oh, I left it on the cut itself over here. So we got that. Good. And then we'll go to the next step. By the way, doing this because sometimes the steps are a little confusing to look at just straight on the book. So sometimes seeing on a video, if you're stuck, it'll help. Anyways, you're pushing that axle all the way through. That's going to get us our wheels in place. Boom. Same thing on the back here, all the way through. Now on this model, I don't know if that's true of the actual 88011. I know they both do have grip. I thought only the front had grip, but either way, that's where we're at right now. And then we got to drop on the sides here. And they just clip on to, oh yes, they go on the edges here, which I think are super cool Lego pieces. Those little train, like they fit perfectly over the wheels. Obviously, they're meant to. And I would imagine there's no use for those other than just for trains. And they like fit with those spokes in there perfectly. Super satisfying. I like that. I like those pieces. Okay. What else are we gonna need here? We need our special piece like this that came from the caboose. And it's going to go on here like that. Next page, we're going to pull this through because eventually this cable is going to be in the next car over with where that's where the battery is going to live. Whichever, doesn't matter for right now. Now, when you do use this piece, the one that I said we discarded, just kidding, it's going to help pin down the wires here. So there we go. We are pinned down in the right direction. So this is, just so you're oriented, this is the back of the train over here, front of the train here. And I think it's going to go right back on. It is. So here we go. Sticking this back on. Just line up those blue notches where it just was here. Right there. I just lost something, but I'll find it. Yep, I lost the smokestack. Perfect. Okay, we're secure there. That's nice. Feels secure, feels sturdy. I feel like I'm off. Yes, I am off a notch. How'd I do that? I don't know. What'd I do here? Oh, I see. Here. I just lost something else again. I lost the smokestack again. It's actually a pretty sturdy build. This is not a good representation of how this is going to go. Just like that. Okay. Now we're even on there. Let's fix our smokestack one more time. Perfect. Now we look good. Now, let's install the battery. So, we take the next car, which I'm going to detach over here as I fling everything. It's all good. They're Legos. They're meant to come apart and go back together. We remove all the presents, all the things on the top. And then you remove the entire brown structure. Okay, so that'll just pop off. So it says, let's see. Pretty close. Pretty close. What's supposed to come off is this. Okay, so you're gonna get both the little window pieces and the cross thing, as well as those two gold tops. Those are coming off. And then in its place goes the battery. This thing's pretty heavy, so don't like accidentally drop it and smash your Lego. But we're gonna push that in, and it secures just like a normal Lego. And then you can see where we've got the power slots coming out of there. And we're gonna work on that in a second. But first, we do decorate. We put this back on apparently right here. I'm not sure why we wouldn't put that somehow over. Oh, because we do have to push that button to connect it. So that makes sense. All right, we're ready. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna connect this to A here. And it's upside down. Connecting to A, perfect. We are connected. And then we're gonna weave this wire around a little bit. So what the instructions are saying, I'm gonna turn this so just like the instructions have it. I'll tell you what, maybe this is a little more fragile than I thought with that smokestack anyways. We're gonna go this way, and the wire goes down and then through here, so we'll have this pin it. So we'll do something like this, right? So we put the wire down through these two spokes or little claws, and then we're using that handle to hold it down in place, okay? Not too bad there. And I just flung something else. That was the roof. I do wish if you had these bricks, it would just tell you to jump to whatever step, and then it would just take you with one time through it. We do need to connect the two carts, so we're going to push in here. Just like that. And it wants... yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So it's going to flex pretty good. Yeah, it just does that, I think, just to hold the wire just a little bit. And that's it. So that is us. We are not going to use... let's push this back. We're not going to use this little brick with the little extra thing. We're not going to use this. And we're not going to use this housing for the wheels and everything, or the little thing where the battery ended up going. Now, let's see if this is going to work. Let's turn this on. So when it turns on, it flashes like that. Then I've got my other phone with the app on here that I want to use the holiday train. and Bluetooth connect, and then you connect, and it says connected. Let's see if it, oh, and we're good. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. Let's see if this thing will go forward, and then I'm going to catch it really fast. So this is for the trolley, so it's actually you slide it up and down. Yes. So I'm going to, oh, it's tough though, because it wants to really, this thing will go fast if you let it. It'll go super fast. So I'm going to take this away so you can see the train working. Yes. Nice. And you see it. Check this back wheel out. Watch it burn out. Oh my gosh. Fun. Love that. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the actual overall speed. So there's some controls you can play with to make it not as aggressive. But anyways, that means threw it again. I was right. You don't need the actual controller. You don't need this controller here. You just use the trolley controls from the app, from the Powered Up app on your Play Store. At least this is on Android, so I don't know how Apple works, but yeah, that's that, guys. That's how you get that installed. That took what? I got an 11-minute video going on here, so not bad. Gets you powered up and ready to go. And then at the very end here, I'm going to go put it all on the track on the table out there and take a little video, and that's how we'll end it. So I'll see you at the table. Okay, guys, here we are. We're at the table with the big Christmas tree from this year and a gingerbread house, and it's getting to be a little scene getting set up. I'm using the app to get this thing rolling, and it is working, but right away we found out there was a pretty big problem, and it's mostly that it wants to get stuck like that. Those wheels are spinning hard, but they're not getting any traction. So I filled this thing inside here. See if this will not explode. It might explode. I filled it to the brim with bricks. I mean, all the bricks I could fit in there, including my guy. He's keeping it all in there, but he's leaning back because there's so many in there. I also added in some bricks on this bottom base part here. I added back this big piece that came on the like original wheels, and then I flipped this over, trying to add some downward traction to that piece, which I don't think is happening because this is really heavy. So I'm going to keep working on that, but it does work, and someone out there is going to know how to fix that better than I am. But on the trolley app, all we got to do is give it some power, and it'll get going. So at least this can tell you how to get this all set up. And of course, troubleshooting is half the fun of projects like this. Nice. All right, guys, that's a wrap for this one. If you're interested in a review of that or that, they'll be on the channel soon, as well as a review of this. I'll see you in the next one.